My critics refer me to as a criminal, a former prisoner. Yes, I was a former prisoner, I was a former criminal, but today I'm the governor of this great city. So let me give you just a brief testimony of what landed me in prison. My father was a real estate agent at the coast. I learned some business skills, ideas, when I was the sales and marketing manager in his office and when I was still a student. Nilishika my first millions when I was in school. So what happened for me to be incarcerated in prison? This is the story. When I was in my father's office, one day I came across an investor from Germany. I remember his name still very vividly. He was called Hans Rudolf. Hans Rudolf wanted to construct a tourist hotel in Diani Beach, Mombasa. So by then my father had traveled. He was not in the office. So I decided to deal or to conduct this particular deal or transaction. I went to Diani Beach, Galukinondo. Those who come from Diani, they know this name, this area. I managed to meet one family. They were disposing their piece of land on the beach, 5 acres. They were selling the land at 4 million Kenyan shillings that time. So I decided to pose myself as the purchaser. I did an agreement with this family, a letter of offer. So by then the land regulations were, if you want to buy any property, for you to confirm that sale, you have to part with 10% to give to the seller or the vendor of that particular plot or property. So I raised some, kulikuwa na njaa sana upo cost zamani, some bales of flour, wheat, some cash kidogo. So I paid 400,000, including the food stuff I gave to this family, Mwasabuni. They were called the Mwasabuni family. We signed the documents, agreements. So we went to a lawyer. He's still practicing today. It's called Magolo and Company Advocates. We did an agreement with this family. They surrendered all the documents. So I went with the German. Saw this land. He was interested, but I decided, because it's business, to sell the land at 8 million instead of 4, because I was just after making a living or profit. The German agreed. Also, he committed a deposit, but then there were no WhatsApp, no videos, no nothing. So he went back to his country, transferred the rest of the money to the lawyer. It was electronic transfer, not, currently we have, they call RTGS, but before you used to have electronic funds transfer, which used to take like 7 days, money to be transmitted from overseas to Kenya. So the purchase price was paid. We called him the Mwasabuni. We paid his balance. He handed over the property to me. Then after a month, Mr. Rudolph came, Hans. We also handed over the property to him as a new purchaser. Then Rudolph, when he was just about to start the construction of the hotel, the Mwasabuni family came to the land now and asked, Mr. Rudolph, what are you doing in this land? Then Rudolph said, no, this land was sold to us by Mbuvi, Sonko. No, but we sold this land, can we see the papers? Then Mwasabuni family saw the papers that the transfer of the land was sold at 8 million instead of 4. So he decided to go to Diani CID to report. When he reported the case, I don't know how they handled that matter, because I was arrested. That time the CIDs were using the flying squad, they were using 544 periods. They came for me. I was incarcerated, I was put in, arraigned in court. Besides being charged by this offense, it was an offense of obtaining money by false pretenses, contrary to Section 313 of the Criminal Procedure Code. So I was put in. After some time, my father was very mad with me by then. After some time, my mother came and bailed me out. As we were proceeding with the case, I lost my mother. And the laws, by then, if somebody stands surety for you, then he passes on, you have to look for another surety. So immediately my mother was, before she was buried, I was put in, taken to the remand. So by then I used to have a lot of money. So I decided to buy my way out of the prison so that I go attend my mother's funeral. And I succeeded. I escaped from prison to go and attend my mother's burial. I bribed the prison officers and escaped. After my mother's funeral, I decided to go to Tanzania. Tanzania, nikazunguka na Uganda, nikakuja again through Busia, nikasettle kwa kijiji moja hapo Unguja, Siaya, inaitwa Sigombre. Kakakaa hapo chini ya maji. Then because I had a lot of money, I decided to come to Nairobi. We used to have another house in Jericho and Buruburu. Nikijificha, exile. Then I started inviting my friends from Mombasa. They came, I started buying flats. There are these some friends I invited from Mombasa, wakaniseti. This guy escaped from prison, now he's doing well in business. I bought flats in Dono, Buruburu. So, waliniseti. I was arrested by the flying squad, police, prison officers. I was again told that I'm a dangerous criminal. I escaped from prison, so nikawekwa Kamiti maximum prison, waiting to be transferred to Mombasa. So I decided, I was denied bail because now I was facing 2 counts. The case I had when I was arrested, then another extra case of escaping from a lawful custody. Nikasema tuweke Mungu mbele, let us do the cases. For the case of escaping from a lawful custody, I was sentenced or imprisoned. You know, many Kenyans don't like, they shy away, or they are shy, they don't want to talk about their past. But tell the people the reality. Let them accept the way you are. Let them learn from your heart. So we did these cases. I was sentenced to 4 months imprisonment. I decided to appeal. There was a 3-bench judge. I remember my appeal was heard by Justice Vivi Patel, the late, Justice Mitei, the late. No, Mitei is still alive, I think he's a lawyer somewhere. And the late Justice Oguk, Samuel Odhiambo Oguk. I did not have any lawyer. The best lawyers are in prison. We used to do our cases when we were in prison. And even in Kamiti, I wanted to escape. But after explaining my case to my fellow inmates who were there, they told me, Sonko, please don't try to escape. This is a very small case. So we set our own bench there. Somebody acted as a judge, prosecutor. I told them about, there you tell people your cases, you don't hide. If you steal, just tell them I stole. Don't fear. Otherwise, you'll be jailed. So I told them about my case, they had everything. So we started the points. So there was a guy called Monjo. Monjo is the guy who made me not to escape from prison. Monjo did a robbery. He was sentenced to death, but he decided to appeal. So I told Monjo, let me first nione apili yako, kama wewe utatemwa ndio niende na yangu. Monjo aliingia kwa bar na Kenyatta Market, akapiga transformer na AK-47. There was a blackout in the bar. Then he went to the accountant, asked for money. The accountant refused to give him money. Then he shot the accountant on the head, killed the accountant on the spot. So the lower court convicted him to death. But on his appeal, Monjo was acquitted. Why? Because the police did an identification parade. Monjo was positively identified. But any appeal is just a minor blunder. Then Monjo raised an issue. You are saying I committed this robbery. Yes, I committed the robbery. But if there was a blackout, you are saying I first shot at the transformer, then the entire area was dark, there was a blackout. Then how did the police and the witnesses identify me? So after serving like a year, he was acquitted. So my case, before the 3-bench judge, the witnesses were called in court. Mzee Mwasabuni was the first witness. I didn't have any lawyer. Mzee Mwasabuni, yes. Do you know me? Yes, I know you. My name is yes. What is your case? My case is you bought my land at 4 million, you went and sold at 8 million. Okay. But you sold the land to me? Yes. I produced the agreement I had with him. I gave the clerk, gave the agreement to the judges. My lord, this is the agreement between me and Mzee Mwasabuni. He agreed to sell his land at 4 million. He signed. No, I remember he put a thumb. Those years, they used to sign using a thumb, ink, then put on the transfers. So Mwasabuni has agreed he sold the land at me at 4 million. So you sold the land at 4 million, yes. Did I pay your money? He confessed before the judges, yes. I paid the money. Then I told the judge, I don't have any further question to this witness. He went. Then the second witness was Mr. Rudolph Edgar, the purchaser who bought the land at 8 million. Mr. Rudolph was still my friend because I did not swindle him, I did not con him, he's enjoying the rights of his land. But this case stopped everything, the construction and everything. So I told Mr. Rudolph, do you know me? Yes. Did I show you this land? Yes. Did you like it? Yes, I liked it. Did you pay the money? Yes. I first paid 800,000 deposits, went to Germany, and wired the money to the lawyer. Was the land transferred to you? Yes. Are you in possession? Yes. Have you started the construction? Yes. So why am I here? Ask the judges and the police why you are here. I don't have any case with you. So God is great. I was acquitted in this case. I think under section 210 for lack of sufficient evidence. Then what happened in the other case I was convicted? The prison warders were summoned in court. Because I was an escapee, any escapee in prison, you're always handcuffed. Kwa mkono na kwa mguu unafungwa pingu mbili. Then I asked the court, we want the prison warders to demonstrate how I was handcuffed the day I escaped from prison. So the pingus or handcuffs were brought, nikafungwa kwa mkono na kwa mguu. Then I told the prosecutor, can I be given the keys? Yes. Can you pass the keys to the judge? Yes, the keys were passed to the judge. Then I told the judge, let me try to escape now. I tried to escape, I was handcuffed. I could not escape in court. So I told the judge, these are the same people who opened my handcuffs. They allowed me to go and attend my mother's burial. The only problem, I did not come back after they opened me. Again, God is great. I was acquitted. Nikatoka prison, nikatoka jela. I started some small biasharas hapo Buruburu, bars, matatus. I used to have over 20 matatus. I'm the one who started mambo ya graffiti kwa matatu, music system kwa matatu, screens kwa matatu. Those years, matatu yangu moja ilikuwa inalaza 30,000, one shift 15,000. A shift, nilikuwa nimeemploy 3 youth. Driver 2 makangas. A shift ilikuwa inaanza 4 a.m. to 1 p.m. Second shift 2 p.m. mpaka late. And funny enough, some of the drivers who used to drive these matatus 20 years ago are still my drivers today, driving me as the governor of Nairobi.